let's start. Everybody about to be mad at me after this, except for the people on my same vibrational wave. So, girl, if you gonna be mad, girl, just be mad, girl. Like, if you're religious, can you please just turn it off so we don't have to argue? Just turn it off so we don't gotta argue. Background about me. I was raised Christian. My father and my mother always let me pick my own spirituality. They told me what they believed, what their truth was, but they did not force it on me. I chose Christianity myself. Okay, so the older I got, the more I was in the church, and I've led every dance ministry at every church I've ever been in. I was either the leader of the dance ministry or I was like the assistant to the leader of the dance ministry. Mind you, I've only been to 4 churches in my whole life. Not a church hopper at all. So anywho, after my father died, I was like, okay, like that kind of shook me up a little bit. But the church that I was at the time, it did it for me, you know. And So anywho, make a long story short, I'm not a person who was heartbroken by the church, or the church ran me out and they made me feel bad and they made me feel no sugar plump. Every church that I've ever been at that I'm not at anymore, I left on my own, from my own doing. I've never been pushed out of a church, dragged out of church. And any church that I've ever been a part of, I could walk into right now if I want to and be like, hey girl, and they're gonna say hey. Okay, so let's just make that very clear. So I don't want none of the religious people like, oh my god, that's church hurt. No, it's not. There, out of the 4 churches that I've been to, it was only one pastor that did not cheat on his wife and marry a congregational member. Only one. Okay, and it's what it is. Now, if y'all want to get mad about that, get mad about it. That's what it is. If you put on your pants one leg at a time, just like I do, and you can't keep your pants on when somebody other than your wife walks in, I cannot make my entire existence based on what comes out of your mouth, because you don't even believe the stuff that comes out of your mouth. So I have to go search it for myself. So I was praying and stuff, and I'm like, God, like, what? Like, I just need you to show me something. And as I'm asking God to show me something, you know how the Bible app, it'll just randomly, like, you know how it'll just be a random scripture that pops up at the top on your phone. So I'm like, okay, what is this? And it was Galatians. I'm not playing with y'all. What popped up was Galatians 4 verse 20. It was like verse 19 that popped up. And so I'm like, So I started reading verse 19, and I don't know why, but I just kept reading. Verse 20. I desire to be present with you now, and to change my voice, for I stand in doubt of you. Tell me, ye that desire to be under the law, do you not hear the law? For it is written that Abraham had 2 sons, the one by a bondmaid and the other by a free woman. But he who was of the bondwoman was born after the flesh, but he of the free woman was born by promise. Okay, hold on. Here we go. Verse 24. Which things are an allegory? For there are the 2 covenants, the one from the Mount Sinai. Now, you guys, do you know what the word allegory means? Let's go to the word allegory. 'Cause I thought I knew what the word allegory meant, but I was like, there's no, that's not what the word allegory means. This is what the word allegory means. Now, a story, poem, or a picture that can be interpreted to reveal a hidden meaning, typically a moral or political one. Okay, now you can take that however it is that you want to take it. That doesn't have anything to do with me. All of the Bible scholars are going to start giving their own interpretations of what it meant. At the end of the day, I don't care about anything that you have to say on what your interpretation is. And this is why. I don't believe that, for example, if there are any married women here or anybody in a serious relationship, give me a comment below. Say, hey girl, me girl, I got a man girl. Or, hey, what up girl, I got a woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, just let me know right now in the comments below. Hurry up. Pause. Boom. Okay. So, with that relationship that you're in right now, I can't come to you and be like, you know what? The way that you talk to your man, like the way that you be dressing, like the type of clothes that you be wearing, he do not like that. And he's gonna leave you. You're gonna be by yourself forever. He not gonna be with you, girl. You better start. You need to get a poll and you gotta do this and you gotta do that because I read this and this say woo 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 blah 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 blah. No, I cannot. I cannot come in your house and tell you how to, whether or not you should have a pole in your room, what you should be. I can't tell you how to run your household, but you can tell me how to have a relationship with God and how to deal with the lover of my soul. I can't interject in your personal relationship, but you think you can interject in my relationship with the lover of my soul? Girl, bye. That makes no sense to me. Like I said, just sharing my mind frame. So let's get into a little bit of history for the Bible scholars, okay? In the year 325 AD, there was an emperor named Constantine. There's a movie about Constantine, but we look at things like, oh, this is just a movie. Oh, it's a movie. It's make-believe. So there was a Roman emperor by the name of Constantine, okay? And when Constantine was emperor, Constantine took out and edited collectively over 45 books of the Bible. Over 45 books. I'm going to give you one of those edits in 1 second, okay? But he edited and took out over 45 books of the Bible. But before he did that, there was a group of Christians called Gnostics. Okay, and I could be saying that wrong. I'm gonna put the information here and I'm gonna leave a couple of videos for y'all to watch just so you can get like a visual depiction of what I'm saying, because I'm gonna be paraphrasing, so this video ain't gonna be 2 hours long. Okay, so the Gnostics, they believed in a mystic relationship with God. By mystic, what does that mean? They believed in crystals. They believed in basically different things of the earth. They believed that God already put everything on this planet that we need to succeed, and they had the answers on how to get them. Okay, meditation, vibration, energy, all of that. They had the answers to it all. Okay, they sat down with Constantine. Constantine was getting wind of everything that they had, and they was coming around him. It was, you know, in secret, not necessarily in secret, but they had came around him, and Constantine saw that they could put their money where their mouth is, and he saw the type of power. He saw the type of power that they would hold if everybody knew what the Gnostics knew. If the Gnostics would have gotten their message out, Constantine would not have been able to take over all of those different people. He would not have been able to defeat all of those people, to have all of those slaves, to kill all of those people. He would not have been able to do that, because if people knew the power that they really had within them, and if they really knew who they really were, he would never have control. Everything will be on the equal playing field, and that's not what he wants. People who are like that, they don't want it on the equal playing field. They want to be superior than other people so they can feel uplifted. So what Constantine did, Constantine somehow got them all to come there, and to make a very long story short, Constantine took all of the Gnostic scriptures from them and burned their scriptures. Burned their scriptures and burned them. Yeah, so all of those Gnostic people, everybody that believed in crystals, mystic knowledge, vibration, energy, all of them, he burned them all. He killed them all. The men, women, and children, he put them all on stakes and burned them. And then in modern day, it's like Salem witch trials, or, oh, they're witches. So anytime you see anybody that's like, oh, I burn sage, or they have crystals or anything like that, oh, that's the devil. So everybody strays away from it, so they'll never go down that path. You'll never unlock figuring out who you are, because you're gonna go to hell if you do. So everybody who, because I had a bunch of people like, oh my God, Sis in the devil worship because she has crystals. This wedding ring on my finger, a diamond, is a crystal, baby. What do you think? What do you think a diamond is? So if devil worshipers are identified by what crystals they have in their house, everybody on this planet that has a diamond in their ear, on their finger, is a devil worshiper too, because diamonds are crystals. Okay, do your research. Okay, everybody is so in the dark, and they fight to stay in the dark. It's literally like especially American civilization, especially us. We are literally controlled, right? And we fight each other to stay in that control. I am not one of those people that's like, oh, everybody else die, only black people live. That's not how I feel at all. At all. Okay. However, when it comes to Christianity, in the United States of America, there are 60,000 religions. One of those religions is Christianity. But Christianity has 30,000 denominations. Christianity has 30,000 denominations, and there are only 60,000 religions in the United States of America. And every denomination of Christianity believes that other denominations are going to burn in hell forever. Okay? So I really need y'all to understand who you're following, what you're reading. If you are a person who is religious and you're constantly hitting people over the head with the Bible, it is idiotic to me. How do you preach and say, this is valid, this is how you're supposed to live your life, when we know for a fact that there are over 45 books of the Bible that have either been taken out or edited? Okay, one of my favorite ones is this one. First one that I'm going to read you is the edited version, which is in the King James Bible that we all read, and we recite this one like it's nobody's business, and I know it by heart. However, I'm going to read it word for word, verbatim from the Bible, and then I am going to read you the unedited version that they found in a tomb in Egypt in 1947. Okay, let's go. 23 through 24, because these are the edited scriptures. So verse 23, and in the day ye shall ask me nothing. Verily, verily, I say unto you, whatsoever ye shall ask the Father in my name, he will give it to you. Have ye asked nothing in my name? Ask and ye shall receive, that your joy may be full. That is what you have, okay? That is the edited version of that scripture. This is what it really said. All things that you ask straightly and directly from inside my name, you shall be given. So far, you have not done this. Ask without hidden motive and be surrounded by your answer. Be enveloped by what you desire, that your gladness be full. That's what it really says. So when mystics were burned, the majority of their scriptures said this. Everything that has been taken out of the Bible that they are now discovering in tombs in Egypt, which I think is very ironic. Everything that they are finding and everything that they took out says that the power says that everything that you want, you already have the power to manifest on your own. Every scripture that they are finding that was taken out is nothing but pure and total manifestation. And not only is it pure and total manifestation, it is a completely different Jesus. The Jesus that they gave us is like, oh, don't hit me, ow, dad. No, that's not who he was. It's not who he was, and I'm not going deeper into that because you need to go and find it for yourself. This video is going to do one of three things. It's either going to be confirmation for some of you, like, oh my God, I knew this and I feel crazy. I just needed somebody to confirm it for me. The second group will be like, oh my God, like I didn't even look at it like that. Let me go deeper. That's what I want. And then the third group is going to be the people who choose to stay under the mind control that they're in right now. Let me say this. The NIV version of the Bible is being edited as we speak. Right now, if you go on that version of the Bible on your phone, it's going to say verse 11, verse 12, 14 is just going to be blank and it's going to go straight to 15. Now, a lot of religious people are like, oh my God, it's the new translation. Let me say this. The same man who made that translation of the Bible was the same person that's on staff doing the edits for the King James version of the Bible. If y'all really think that they have not edited that Bible since Constantine was around, you are sadly mistaken. You cannot sit here and argue with people about a book that you don't have entirely. 45 books missing, that's a lot. All of this stuff edited, it like that is a lot. Y'all don't even know. Y'all haven't even scratched the surface of it. Go do your research on Lilith. Who's Lilith? Do y'all know who Lilith is? Go look in the first verse. Go look in the first chapter of Genesis. Go look in the first chapter of Genesis, guys. And I'm not saying that this is true, but I'm gonna give you this. So in Christianity, we already, it's a known fact that the Bible's been edited, and there are thousands and hundreds of different scriptures edited and missing. It's a known fact, and that's just what Constantine decided to put in the Bible. Gnostics, they stuff never went in the Bible, and they were burned. They were killed and executed. Okay. So I need y'all to keep in mind, like, if black people were in slavery, they were taking us from, first of all, let me say this, ain't nobody take nothing from nobody, okay? It wasn't like they tried to make it sound in the history books like, sorry white people, I'm not being racist, like white people just went over there and was like, oh, y'all niggas come with me. That's not what happened. Black people could not have been in slavery without other black people. Know your history and learn your roots. There were other black people that were selling their own people, and they were tricking other people. Did y'all watch Roots? Did you watch Roots? Kunta Kinte was tricked by his own dude. He was out doing his own thing and got captured on the sneak tip. They wasn't walking up into no tribe of Africans talking about, oh, y'all coming with me. No, they was like, are you serious? No. Have y'all seen Black Panther? No. And I'm sure there were smaller tribes that they probably were able to do that with, but that's not what happened. Okay, so we get over here, we lose all of our religion, all of our own spirituality, and they gave us the Bible. Mind you, this is the Bible after the edits from Constantine and after other edits. Black people didn't have rights. They couldn't vote. We weren't even people. They used to do what was called backbreaking, where they would have the woman and they would have the man. They would put the man up on the platform, and they would make his wife and his child watch him get raped by all of his slave masters. Yeah. And while we were in slavery, they gave us the Bible and said, this is how you live. And then you be a good slave, and you store everything up here. And then once you die, you don't get heaven here. You work for me here. And you work for me here, and you do the best job you can do. And then when you get done and when you die, you gonna get rewarded in heaven. But God wants you to be my slave now. And then he gave that book to their pastor, and then the pastor went around teaching all of his own people. God want us to be like this. One day he gonna rescue us, but right now this is what he want. Okay? Because they knew something that we did not, and they've known something that we haven't known since the beginning of time. Please understand, black people were not the first civilization to be in slavery. We were the last ones. We were the last ones, but white people wasn't the first people to have people in slavery. They weren't. Egyptians had slaves. And all of the Egyptians, I don't think some of the Egyptians were probably, other races, but for the majority of the part, the Egyptians were black. And they had slaves, baby. So, but the difference is we choose to live in the same type of restraints, and we won't even go search and find anything else. Jim Crow, when he wrote everything, y'all need to go do your research. I'm not putting any links to this anywhere. Go do your research. Jim Crow wrote in his whole little thing, when he was with the little thing that he has, where he was teaching them all how to have slaves and how to have their slaves obey him. One thing that he said was that he was going to keep black people in slavery centuries upon centuries after slavery was over. And then they asked him, how are you going to do that? And he said, with this. And he was talking about the Bible. Because we won't even question. We won't even try to find out who we are. We won't do anything because this says this. But do you know who makes the Bible? Do you know? There are a group of people. There are like 12 of them. 12, 13, 14 of them, and they get together on every 10 years, they get together, they look at their statistics, what's going on in the world today, and then they edit the Bible. They do it all the time. But this is the thing. This is why they starting to get caught up, because Big Mama and them didn't have the internet. And most of y'all grandmas got the same Bible today. This ain't the Bible, this is the book. Most of y'all grandma got the same Bible today that they had when you was a little girl. Most of them don't even have the new versions of the Bible, so they can't even cross-reference to see, oh wait, they took that out. They took that out, because y'all been reading the same Bible for the last 30 years. You don't even have the new versions of it that they didn't copy with the stuff that they took out. But right now you got your phone. And right now you can go on the NIV version and you can see the stuff that they're taking out. The same man who wrote the NIV version is the same dude that was working with them writing the New Testament and making the edits for the New Testament. There aren't hundreds of them that get together. There are a very small collective few of them that sit down together at a table. Go do your research. Go on Google and just type it in. My people perish because of lack of knowledge. Because you refuse to have knowledge. You just want to be controlled by the puppet master. And if anybody comes out giving you any words contrary to what the puppet master has taught you, they're the devil. They're blasphemous. They're going to hell. Okay? In closing, I want to say this. We are all looking for something on the outside of us to give us dominion, to give us purpose, to help us figure out who we are and where we're going in life. We're all looking for something on the outside of us, but some of the stuff that's in the Bible is very, very clear and straightforward. Very, very clear and straightforward. But we look at the Bible and we read the Bible from our small, three-dimensional, analytical mind. Jesus was on a completely different mental level than every pastor that has ever preached to you. Period. I'm not taking shots at pastors. I'm just being real. And if you're not real, get off of my channel. I'm just being real. You're not gonna tell me that pastors are in the same powerful and five-dimensional mind frame that Jesus was in, and they don't even know how to control their sexual urges. They don't know how to defeat infidelity. They can't get past any of that. So you're not going to tell me that you have the same type of mental mind frame that Jesus had, and that you are on the same mental mind frame that he was on, to be able to comprehend and then decipher what he really meant when he said what he said. For example, once again, I'm not saying that this is true, and I'm not trying to get anybody to believe what I believe, but this is what I believe. When Jesus was on the mountain and the devil approached him and was like, oh, you can have all of this, he said, it's written, thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy God. Everybody in the church really believes in their three-dimensional mind that Jesus was really standing on a mountain, and that a physical being, the devil, like another person in human form, in a human body, came to him and was like, you can have all this. You can have all of this. You can have all of this if you just do X, Y, Z. If you just bow to me. And then God said, turned to a person and said, don't tempt me, I'm God. I do not believe that that is what happened. I believe that that was something that happened in the mind of God. I believe that Jesus had a choice. Remember, in the Bible, it says, and my daddy, this used to be his favorite scripture. Every day I put before you life and death. I would that you choose life. But if you choose death, I made what's over there too. My dad used to say this all the time. God is like, I am God. Okay? I'm God. Every day I put before you life and death. This part is better. The life part is so much better. But everything that's over here, I made that too. And if you pick that, that's on you. But you should pick this one. I believe that that was a mental state. Because if you think about it, if you put yourself in the mind frame of Jesus, Jesus was woke. Do you hear me? He was woke. And he sat up there looking at everything before him on a big mountain, and he could see everything. And in his mind, he like, I got life and death in my hands. I can do what my plan is and wake my people the hell up. And let them know that they don't have to bow before these people, that they don't have to go get an offering to these priests and tell these priests everything, and then the priest is the only one that can talk to me. I can either tell them that they can come to me on their own, they can come to God on their own, and that they powerful on their own, or I can take the knowledge that I have and I can reign supreme over them. I can take all of this knowledge that I have and I can let them sit here and I don't have to die. I don't gotta go through none of that shit. Because because in the Bible he was like, take this cut. I don't want to do this. I'm not trying to be down for these niggas. So he's sitting up there and it's like, okay, he got before him life and death. I can either do what I'm here to do, or I can keep this knowledge that I have for myself and I can rule and reign over all of them. I can exalt and keep walking on water and make them praise me until I decide to ascend. And I can have all of this, or I can do what I want to do. And he made a choice. He picked life instead of death. He picked good instead of evil. Both were presented to him, but he picked the latter. Okay? He picked the other one, but he could have chosen a different path. And I believe that's what I believe, that it came from that aspect. But in our small, very small and minute minds, we believe that everything is on this physical level. There are microorganisms crawling everywhere. Everywhere. Like, we need them. Okay? But I can't see them, but I know for a fact that they are there. There is so much more to our total existence than this overall collective energy thingamajigger that we're all being fashioned to believe. And there's so many people waking up to it. I have so many people, so many friends that I went to high school with. I'm like, wait, what? Like, she saw me post a crystal and was like, oh my God, Sin. Like, wait, people that I've known for freaking years, and Everybody is afraid to be who they are. Everybody is afraid not to believe what the collective believes. No, it is insane. You need to go research for yourself. Find out for yourself. Do your research for yourself. You don't have to believe anything that I just said. It don't mean me no, never mind. It really doesn't. Because at the end of the day, I only want the people that are for me. If you're not for me, if I don't resonate with you, if I make you uncomfortable, then you're not ready. You're not ready to be woke up. It's time for you to stay asleep. You still want to be asleep, baby, and that's fine, because it has to come when it comes. I am making this video for the people who are already woke. This is your confirmation. For the people who, like, your brain is itching, like, wait, this don't feel right. This doesn't sound right. This doesn't make sense to me. I have questions. I want to research, but I'm scared God's going to be mad at me. I'm going to burn in hell forever if I ask God a question. That's not true. That is not true. Okay? Figure out who you are. Go do your research. We don't even know, like, freaking, like I said, there are 30,000 denominations of Christianity. Did y'all know the Jewish religion? The Jewish religion does not even believe that Eve was his first wife. And this is not just from the Jewish religion. Go read your Bible and read it on your own. Like, don't think about anything that any pastor has ever taught you. Don't think about anything that anybody, like, for you. Because that's what the Bible says. Everybody, you have your own one-on-one relationship with God. I don't have anything to do with that. Your mama don't have nothing to do with it. Your daddy don't have nothing to do with it. Your pastor. Nobody has anything to do with it. Okay? So go back to the drawing board and go read the Bible with new eyes. With your own eyes. Go sit down, pray, meditate. The word meditation is in the Bible hundreds of times, even though meditation is of the devil as well. Go meditate and then go read the Bible. In the first chapter of Genesis, it says that God made men and women at the same time. Men and women made he both, right? I'm paraphrasing. So read that, right? So he the first time he met, and then so after he said that he made man and women at the same time, he said, I created man in my own image. We look at man as one that got the little stick thing. But he said, I made man in my own image. And then right after that, he said, man and woman, I made both, right? That was the first time. So So then he keeps going, and then he starts, it keeps going and starts talking about like other things that he created and stuff like that. Then he got to the point of how he created, right? He blew dirt into, molded and all that stuff. Yeah, demolded all of that stuff. And then it says it again. It says that he took from the dirt he made man's body, man and woman. He made both. That's the second time he said it. Then a bunch of other stuff happened. And then after that happened, then he said that Adam was walking around by himself. But already 2 times, mind you, this is only the second chapter. But in the first chapter, it said twice that you made man and woman already. But then in chapter 2, Adam is lonely. And he's walking around alone by himself. And then God he's like, okay, you can't be by yourself. You can't be alone, dude. So then he was like, let me make another one. Boom, took a piece of a rib out of his body. Then here you go, woman. But if you look at other religions and other texts, not just other religions, other texts, other pieces of the Bible that were removed. And I'm not saying that this is fact. I just want you to do your research. Eve was not Adam's first wife. Her name was Lilith. Adam and Lilith were made equal, okay? They were made at the same time, from the exact same essence and everything. So when they got here on earth, they trying to figure stuff out, just like we trying to figure stuff out. And as they're trying to figure stuff out, Adam was like, I got it all figured out. The man runs stuff. I'm gonna tell you what to do. And then I just thought about something. I don't want nobody like, oh, like she's so intense. How intense is your pastor? I grew up like, and God said, I said, I got 4 bags of cornbread in my truck. They just get planted here. They like, all of this is yours. You have dominion, XYZ, everything that we know now, go ahead. Okay? And this is before you can't eat the apple or the bite of the apple. This is before all of that. Okay? So apparently Adam is like, okay, this is how stuff about to go. We about to have order. I'm the man, you the woman. I'm about to chop down trees. I'm about to do XYZ. And you go over there. After I bring the food home, after I get done hunting, you go in there and you cook it. But Lilith said, no, we're made of the same essence. I want to go out there with you and kill animals too. I want to XYZ. I want to do stuff too. I don't want to do that wrong stuff. And Adam had a problem with that. So that was where they first divide came. And then as they were intimate, this was the straw that broke the camel's back for Lilith. Lilith was done after this. They were laying down. They about to, do that little thing. About to do that little thing. And Adam is like, wait a minute. I'm going to get on top of you. You don't get on top of me. And Lilith was like, wait, like, what's the problem? Like, we can do it both ways. Like, basically, like, you not just about to be on me gyrating. I can do something too. And Adam was like, no, I run stuff. Make a long story short, y'all can imagine how that argument go. With Lilith said, you got me messed up. I'm about to go. And Lilith got her stuff and walked smooth out of the garden on her own. Okay? So then Adam's walking. But we don't have none of that part. All we know is that man and woman, he created them both. And then it goes from that to Adam sad walking around alone by himself. But none of us asked, I thought you made man and woman first. Like, there's something missing in between, but we don't even ask. We listen to and I said and we let our emotion drive us, and we don't even ask questions and try to figure out or dive deeper. Okay? But there's something missing there. He said twice that he made man and women at the same time. Then Adam is all sad and alone, right? I'm not saying that the Lilith story is true, but it fills a gap. So anywho, if you go research Lilith, when you go research Lilith, the first thing that you're going to see is what pops up on who they say Lilith is in the Jewish religion. Because remember, the Jewish religion doesn't believe that Jesus was the Messiah. Okay, so in the Jewish Bible, they put Lilith, and if you go ask a pastor about Lilith, they're gonna say Lilith is the name of a demon, because Lilith went against the man being the dominant role. then of course, if Lilith leaves man, she has nowhere else to go. She can't stand on her own 2 feet, so she went to the devil. So they make Lilith as a demon. Lilith is a demon. Lilith was a demon. She was sexual, like she was like this sexual entity that's like seductive and want to take everybody's man. The way that they try to ostracize women now, and the way that they try to pin down women's sexuality now. Do your research. Open your eyes. Open your eyes. I do not believe that the master and creator of this entire universe is going to put everything before us and then tell us don't ask some questions about anything. So the disciples asked Jesus. Mind you, this is the book of Thomas. Most of you think that there were only 12 disciples. There were over 24 disciples. Baby. Thomas is one of them, and they found his scriptures, like I said, in a tomb in Egypt in 1947. Do your research, okay? So Thomas and a couple of the other disciples that you heard of, amongst a couple that you don't know, that you've never heard of before. I know I never heard of them. They asked Jesus, they said, when should heaven come? And he said, it is not a matter of where or when. He said, heaven is already on the earth, spread out amongst us all. Men just don't see it. Heaven is already here. And when I saw that, it blew my mind, because I'm like, what do you mean heaven is already here? There's so much death. There's so much this. There's so much that. Why is there death here? Every day God puts book. He gives us life and he gives us death. I would that you choose life, but everybody doesn't choose life. Everything that comes with your choices when you choose life is beautiful, but everything that comes with your choices when you choose death is not beautiful. When people choose death, rape comes with it. Murder comes with it. Okay? Crime, all of this different stuff, racial all of this horrible stuff comes when people choose death, but it's your choice. It is your choice. And when you get up in the morning, you make a choice to turn on the news. You make a choice to turn on social media. You make a choice to get on Instagram. You make a choice to watch Love and Hip Hop. You make a choice to watch all of these negative shows with drama and people cussing each other out. You make that choice. And the choice that you make has consequences that comes with it. Everybody wants to blame God for the choices that they make. Every day he gives you life and death. And when you get up, you make a choice. You can either choose to take dominion over your own mind. When I get up in the morning, I don't look at my phone. I don't look at nothing. When I get up in the morning, this is what happens. And I sit and I commune. I sit and I commune with myself. Because every day, my body loses 50 to 70 billion cells die. And then every morning, my body recreates new cells to replace the 50 to 70 billion cells that died. It's called mitosis, where the cells that I have left separate so I can replace all of the 50 to 70 billions of cells that I lost. So for me to reprogram my spirit, for me to reprogram my mind, I have to ensure that I am only letting things inside of me that edify my spirit. I have to make sure that I am only doing things that bring me peace. That is why I do not do hair anymore, and you cannot make me stand behind a chair again. I will do whatever it takes to make sure that I never have to do that again. You will not get me to sell another product. I will not open up a product line. I will not have emails like negative, nasty. I won't do it. My body loses 50 to 70 billion cells every day, and it is up to me to rebuild them. And I will not have people or things in my life that causes me to build the type of energy in my body that I do not want. I really hope that you understand that, and if you don't, baby, it's just not for you. Okay? But please understand who you are. Our life is so much more and so much bigger than this small, minute vision of what we see. Figure out who you are. Know who's printing the Bible that you're reading. Know who wrote the Bible that you're reading. Know how many books are missing from the Bibles know how many books are missing from the Bible that you're reading. Black woman, know how close Egypt is to Jerusalem. You can get from Egypt to Jerusalem on a plane in less than 30 minutes. Know who you are. Figure out who you are. There's something hidden inside of the black soul, inside of black DNA that we cannot access. You know why? They still cannot figure out how to rebuild those pyramids. They are so mind boggled by how those pyramids were built that they just like, forget it. Aliens have to exist. Because there's no way they knew how to build that. We cannot figure it out. There's no way. No, we're just not conscious enough. But if you awaken, honey, and if you stop beating yourself over the head with religion, because you're not beating me. There is nothing that anybody walking the face of this earth could ever say to change my mind. With the things that I have experienced in my life, you are not going to tell me that it's not real. You're not. And go find out who God really is for you. Because the Jesus that they gave you is not who he really is. The Bible that they gave you is not the one that's really around. Go do your research. I love you guys so much, but I don't really want to have this conversation again. That's why I'm going like super passionate about it. And I'm like, because I don't want to have this conversation again, you guys. No, I am not Christian. I'm not Muslim. I'm not Buddhist. I'm not Hindu. I am. That's it. I am. That's it. I am. I don't know what else to say. That's all I got. I am. Like, period. I will never fit myself into a certain title. You cannot get wet by the word water. It does not matter what word you call it. It doesn't matter aqua, water. It doesn't matter what you call it. If you get in it, you still wet. I will not give this level of consciousness that I have a name. I just want to rationalize it, and if you all want to fit into a category, then my baby, do what you feel, okay? Like, that is your right, but I am not doing that. I really hope that this video did, I don't know, I hope it answered all the questions that I get. I get so many emails. Most of them are really, really positive, but I get a lot of stuff like, oh my God, Sid, you're a devil worshiper. Let's talk about this necklace really quick so we can stop talking about it. I get all of my jewels and crystals and all of my mala necklaces from Empress Kim. I'm gonna leave her information here. She's so dope. I don't trust anybody else really to make necklaces for me. When I tell, and I know y'all see them all the time in these videos, like, I am so in, like, just do your research on crystals yourself. Like, I just don't, we don't even got, girl, I just can't. Wake the hell up. That's all I gotta say. Love you guys. Bye.